Hi, sixth graders. Welcome to week 4 of distance learning. I hope that everything is still going well for you and that you're all doing good. Okay, so here's what we're going to be doing this week. We're moving on. It's section 1.4 is what it is, and our objective is I can distinguish between pure substances and mixtures. So what you will be doing is the first thing you're going to do is watch the video of the directions, and that is what you're watching right now, so you can check that one off. And then we have some notes. And then you have a choice of reading the textbook or doing the digital lesson. Then there's the vocabulary activity, and then finally the quick check. Okay, and this is a little bit different in that you're going to click right here for the assignments. It's going to bring you to this choice board here. It's not really a choice board, and what you'll be doing is this. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to view this slideshow and complete the notes. Okay, the notes are going to be in the form of a flow chart, so you can either print out the blank flow chart here and fill it in, or you can draw one on a piece of paper or in your textbook. You're going to put those notes on the page after page 63 in your textbook if you have your textbook. If you don't, just put it somewhere safe. Okay, so the slideshow, I'll have you peek at it real quick. Oops. Okay, it looks like this. I can't really get the whole thing in here right now, but you get the idea, right? So it has all of the information here, and it tells you at the top what you should copy down in your notes, highlighted in yellow. And then it goes through the different information, and this is the flow chart that you're going to be creating. And so you're going to have these terms, you're going to have the definition for each one. Okay, so what you can do then from this flow chart is you can either go through the slides in order, so pure substances, and then you'd write the information here, or you can click on the link here and it will bring you to that same slide. Okay, and then you can go back to the flow chart and click on the next thing. And I'll put links actually at the bottom of each of these pages so you can go back. Okay, so that's what you're doing, and so your notes will basically just consist of this flow chart filled in, and if you go to the end here, it tells you what it should look like. Okay, so if you're not sure, but please read through and look at the information. This right here is a blank notes and flow chart here, so you can pull this up if you want to. And so this is what your notes should look like when they're finished. If you go to the next page, here's a blank one that you can copy down, or you could print out if you wanted to so that you can include your information in there. Okay, so that's what the notes should look like. After you finish with the notes and the slideshow, you're going to choose between either option A or option B. So option A has your reading in the textbook, pages 50 to 61, answering the questions as you go and completing the lesson review. If you do not have your textbook, you can click here for the online textbook pages, and you can actually click here for the audio of the textbook if you'd like it read to you as well. If you're using the online textbook, make sure you open up Think Central from Rapid Identity in a different tab like you would for the digital lesson. So that's the first choice. The second choice is to view the digital lesson. Same thing, here's the link to the digital lesson. Make sure you have Think Central open from Rapid Identity. And then here's the worksheet that goes with this. So you would open that up and you can either print it if you want to, or you can make a copy of it and type right on it. Okay. For that activity, it's not something that needs to be submitted. I don't need you to submit your notes. I don't need you to submit your book assignment or your digital lesson. Those are not graded. However, you should still do them because when you come down to these two activities, they're going to be very useful. So the vocabulary activity, then you're going to do both of these, both 3 and 4, and these both get submitted. So here's the vocabulary activity. When you pull it up, it's a Schoology assignment. So what it is a slideshow. There's a vocabulary term on each slide. For each term, you're going to include the definition of the word, so you can use your textbook, the notes, the slideshow to do that. And then you need to have a picture of an example of each term that you find in your house. So I want you to try to find something. Your kitchen is going to be a good place to find a lot of these. And either take a picture of it using your Chromebook or phone and put it on the slide. If you absolutely can't find something, you can use Google. However, your picture should not be the same as any of the pictures from my slideshow. Okay. Then you can be creative. You can change the backgrounds and colors on your slideshow if you want, and then submit it when it is finished. So here's what this looks like. Okay, so it just goes through, there's just blank slides, so the terms are on the top, and then there's two boxes, one for your definition, one for your picture. You can reconfigure it however you want, as long as you have both of those pieces of information for each of these terms. And you'll notice these terms are the same ones from that flowchart that you did when you watched the slideshow. All right, so that vocabulary activity gets submitted on Schoology. Remember, you have to submit it if you want to get the points for it. And then the last thing will be the quick check for 1.4. You can use your notes on that in your textbook and everything on completing that. That should be the last thing that you do. Okay, so if you're looking, how should you divide this up for the whole week? What I would say is Monday, go ahead and do the slideshow and the notes. Tuesday, do your reading and or your digital lesson. Okay, that might take 2 days. It's kind of depends on how long it takes you. And then Wednesday and Thursday, work on the vocabulary activity. That one might take a little bit longer as well. And then Friday, go ahead and do your quick check. So that's a good way to kind of divide it up. Each day should be maybe a half an hour each day tops if you divide it up that way. All right, so back to this slideshow. So that is what you're doing for this week. I would like them submitted by Friday. I'm not going to mark them late if you get them in over the weekend or whatever. I am going to put them into the gradebook as missing on Friday if they're not submitted by then. And that's just to flag it so that you and your parents both know that it's missing or that it needs to get done. Okay. But once you enter it in, I'm not going to mark points off or mark it as late or anything. All right. As always, if you have a question, I'm here from 9 to 11 every day. You can click there or you can email me whenever. The experiment of the week is making your own rock candy. And so what you're looking at is super saturated solutions. So it's kind of fun. This actually takes a couple of days to do. So if you choose to do this, this one does involve boiling water. So you need a parent or an adult to help you. And it does take a couple of days to do. So if you do that, you can share your rock candy that you create in the Flipgrid here. And then the last thing is, if you need to retake the test, I will contact you if I think that you need to retake it. You'll click here for more information if you're interested in that, or contact me if you would like to retake the test. Okay? All right, have a good week. Bye.